everyone, it's Tammy Pally, aka the Crafty Princess and Dog Collector, and welcome to another episode of Crafts and Dollies. Today is July 4th, 2018, and you may hear some banging noise in the background because we have people in our neighborhood who are already setting off fireworks, even though it's only the afternoon. But it's getting kind of dark outside because we have also a thunderstorm rolling in, so you might hear some noise from the storm. So I thought, if I'm going to do a video, I better get to it. I have been very busy with my job teaching. I have summer classes, and so I'm already in the throes of running those classes. Luckily, I have them online, but it still takes quite a bit of work. I'm on the computer a lot right now these days, and I'm also setting up my fall classes, so one of which has a new book, so that's requiring new tests and all that good fun stuff that teachers have to do to set up their course. So yeah, I haven't really had time to do a lot of videotaping because I'm back at my job. So I thought I'd better take advantage of today while I can, even though we might be interrupted by a lot of thunder noises outside. So bear with me. I'm going to start off with crafting, even though I'll give you a hint that we have some new dollies in the in the house. If you see me, in fact, she's kind of, you can't quite see too well because of the lighting, but I will show you her soon. If you already follow me on Facebook and Instagram, then you know all about her, but I will talk more about her in a little while. First of all, let's go ahead and get to the crafting. Obviously, if you are a total doll person and are not interested in any crafting at all, which is kind of unusual, most doll people I know, especially if you collect Blythes, part of what we do when we collect Blythes is craft related. But if you want to get right to the dollies, you can always fast forward. But yes, so the crafting. I've been doing a lot of sewing. Unfortunately, I have not been sewing a lot of dresses lately. I plan to get back to that very, very soon, but I got a little bit distracted. First of all, I mentioned this last time, I think. I've been making tote bags. They were really fun. I kind of made up this pattern myself. Here's one. It's got like a Paris theme on it, and I've got a little charm here. I showed these on Instagram and actually tried to sell them. I didn't hear from anybody. But I'm not worried. This is a super cute one. This has princesses and unicorns on it, and because they have the big heads, of course, they reminded me of Blythe. I lined them all, and all of them I added little dangly charms to. I made a number of them, but honestly, these 4 are the only ones I would feel comfortable selling because they are the best quality ones that I made. The other ones have some minor issues that either I was still in the process of designing them, or there's just little boo-boos that, like I said, I wouldn't sell them. I would, I'm using them myself. This one is probably my favorite one, really. It's got the mermaids, and it's got this really interesting lining that looks like bubbles. I actually have some leftover of a lot of these fabrics, so I can use these, some of them for some clothes. Like this one, I thought I might be able to use these, this for at least the skirt part of a doll dress, but we shall see. So if I don't sell these on Instagram like I had planned, I just posted a couple of story things on them. I didn't go crazy. My plan is with them to either gift them, which was the original reason I made them in the first place, or I might revive my Etsy shop. I really think I'm going to revive my Etsy shop. It's been something that has been stagnant for a while. I used to sell jewelry in there, and jewelry supplies and jewelry making kits and that kind of thing, and I just kind of dabbled in it, and then I would get all stressed out like, well, I don't have enough time for it, so why am I wasting my time? And then I pull back and I don't do anything. And recently I've realized, why don't I just go ahead and redo it? I have other things I want to put in there, and I think I have a vision finally, which I will share with you when I have more, to share about it. But so yeah, so the tote bags have, have a purpose, so that's useful. One other item that I'm very, very busy sewing on right now, and I'm not going to lug it out here. In fact, I did a video about this project, is a quilt that I got from my grandmother. Actually, my mother gave it to me. It's a quilt she inherited from my grandmother, and it's not completely finished yet. So I am trying to figure out how to finish it up, and I'm pretty close to doing it. It's kind of, my grandmother did probably, I would say 3/4 of it, have at least, maybe more like 80% of it's finished. But the items that are left are kind of time intensive because some of it requires hand sewing, and I'm not Miss Speedy Gonzalez when it comes to sewing by hand. I do sew by hand, and actually it's kind of interesting because since I've been making doll clothes, I have actually done more hand sewing because like the small areas, like the top parts and stuff, like these dresses here, I've learned that if I sew them by hand, it's just the finish is better. The finish is better. It's easier. I'm not like trying to fight with the machine, and the finished product is a lot better quality. So yeah, so I think my skills, my hand sewing skills have improved a little bit. They're not at the level that my grandmother's were, but they are enough to where I will be able to finish that. So I will try to remember to put the URL of that video showing just the quilt in the description box, but basically it's I just published it last week, so it's in the sewing section of the playlists on my YouTube channel. Alright, so what else? I got all interested in the tote bags, and then I started thinking, well, maybe I'll make some more tote bags, and I thought of tote bags designs and all this kind of thing, but I kind of tote bagged out, to say. I had a good time making them, and I probably will make some more at some point, but they took me, one tote bag takes me almost 2 hours to make. So yeah. But I was on Craftsy and I found this really cute kit. So I ordered this, and I thought about doing like a full review on this, but I don't really want to diss Craftsy because I am a very big Craftsy fan. But I will say, be careful about their kits. I'm not impressed with this. I'm actually going to return it. I've gone back and forth with their Craftsy help people, and the help person was very helpful and very sweet and very nice. But this kit, basically, it was just instructions and cut up fabric. That's it. And now, it kind of said that in the description, but it was also misleading because it said that it came with a pattern. It said it came with a pattern was included, and you could also download a digital version of the pattern. It didn't say or. Said and. So to me, and means that there's going to be a pattern with the instructions, but the instructions have no pattern. The instructions tell you how to make your own pattern, how to fabricate your pattern using some sort of cloth, which of course isn't included in the kit. So yeah, that was that kind of, yeah, I was not impressed. I don't feel like it was really worthwhile. If I may as well just go buy a pattern and buy the fabric and make a tote bag. Why? I don't really see how the kit is useful, so I will be returning that. And as I showed you the instructions, it's called the Globetrotter bag. It's very pretty, but that's going back in the mail. So, all right. Also on my to-do list, I've been doing other stuff too as far as crafts goes. I'm always got something going on. You know, I couldn't, if I told you every single thing I crafted, we'd be here for hours and hours. But the only other thing that I've been working on regularly that I thought was worth mentioning is I have been using this amazing alpaca yarn, and at night I am now working on this. By the way, it's in my project bag is from Lorelei Yurto. She makes really cute bags and tote bags and purses, but this is just a garter stitch triangular shawl, really easy. This is bulky weight yarn, so I'm using really thick, these are rainbow circular needles, and let's see, I only put my glasses on to see if I can read the number. I want to say these are a 9. These are a US 11. So yes, I don't know if I've ever really knitted with these before. I like them. This stuff is super soft. The person who actually gave me that yarn as a gift, I'm going to make this and gift this to her because she lives in a pretty cold climate, and this, once I'm done, will be super snuggly soft and comfy, and she'll probably get quite a bit of use out of it. And I figured she likes, I mean, this is a really nice color, and I'm assuming she likes the color since she picked it out for me. So So then I get the enjoyment of working with the yarn, and she gets the enjoyment of the finished product. So that's what's on the crafting table at the moment. Okay, as far as dollies go, I told myself I wasn't going to get any more dolls for a while, but you know how that goes. And there's a doll I have been lurking and kind of going back and forth. I mean, I definitely wanted her, but I never could find the right price and the right quality of this doll, because it is an older doll, so it is not one that you can find a lot. Roxy Baby. Hello, Roxy. So she's another tan doll, and I mean, I really like the tan Blythe dolls. I gotta say, I have Pineapple Princess and Cherry Beach Sunset, and now I have Roxy Baby. Roxy Baby is an SBL, and she's a 2005 release. I made this little necklace for her with a little heart charm. The dress she's wearing is just a little cheapo one I got from Walmart. This is when they used to have the Sparkle Girls clothes. And then I got these little sandals. I think these are Mimi Woo I got these from. I really just got her a few days ago. She, like I said, I've been checking her out. New in box, she was like difficult to find, and I don't know, have I ever seen her available new in box? I don't think I've seen her available new in box, now that I say that. Not that she's not out there new in box, but I hadn't seen her. And she does have really cool stock that if you could get the stock, it would be nice. But because she came with a bathing suit and a top and a surfboard and all kinds of cool stuff. However, I have seen her available secondhand on a number of Facebook pages, Facebook groups. But something was always off with the doll. A lot of times it was somebody that changed out her eye chips, or somebody had her and had like this sticker thing on her forehead. Okay, I'm not going to pay, you know, good money for a doll that has what I think of as damage, okay? If you've opened her head up, if you've done something to her, stock doll, I'm just not going to pay a lot for that. So this doll was, it was kind of like serendipity that I found her, because she was being sold by the first person who introduced me to Blythe's, Jean. Hi, Jean, if she's watching this. And in fact, she's got some other dolls she's going to be selling in some of these groups, like the 100% Blythe, and Dolly Adoptions and that kind of thing on Facebook. She has some other older stock dolls. So it was kind of cool that of all the people that were selling a doll that I wanted, it was Jean. I've known her for years. When I was working for joymaking.about.com, I met her through the forum that was connected to the page that I ran as well. She's worked on some joy making books with me in the past, you know, doing stuff for, you know, I usually have gallery sections, and so some of her work would be in there. And so I've just known her forever, it feels like. And when we had this group, this bloggers that she was a member of, and I kind of put the group together. We used to share links every Friday. We would post links from each other's blogs, and kind of do like a you know, I can't remember what it was called. It's been so long. I still keep my blog kind of updated a little bit, but not like I used to. So anyway, she was posting these pictures of these dolls, these Blythe dolls, and she would post a picture, and we'd all go over to each other's blogs and comment and read and kind of share information. And I was seeing these photos on her blog, and I was like, what the what? What are those dolls look crazy. So yeah, so I won't say I was like in love with them right away. I didn't dislike them. I was just like kind of shocked, like, what are those dolls? So anyway, eventually she's the first one that introduced me to these amazing dolls. So not only was she selling this doll at a reasonable price, but this doll is immaculate shape, perfect, beautiful hair. I mean, there's like nothing at all wrong with her. She did not have the stock. Recently she said she did find the shirt, so she's going to send that to me, which was very nice of her to do. but this doll is in perfect condition. So very, very cool. I'm super happy. In fact, now that I've had 2 SBLs, which of course are, you know, both older releases, V Smash and then now Roxy, I have to admit, people are always saying, you know, the older releases are such a much better quality than the newer releases and all this, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. They are, you know, it's hard to say. I might even do a video about it, but I have to think on it because it's, you know, when you feel them, they feel different. I don't know, there's just something about the older dolls that they just seem better quality to me. Like I said, I need to think about it because I don't know how to really word that to somebody, but I do see what people have been saying now. And of course, she's got that really cute smile and these beautiful eye chips. She's got a pull ring. I might have to change out this pull ring because, it's not a ring, it's a big heavy charm, and she's kind of, it's almost too heavy for her. Here's the charm, so I have to be careful when I stand her up that she doesn't fall back because this thing's so heavy. But let me go ahead and I'll change out her chips here. Here's her side chips. These gorgeous ones here. Look at that. Yeah, the lighting's not great because we're losing daylight out there because of the storm. But yeah, amazing doll. Super happy that I got her. Like I said, I've probably been lusting after her, kind of like V Smash, for a couple of years, but it was never, the stars never aligned. Finally they aligned, and I had to get her. I was like, of all people that are selling this doll, Jean is selling this doll, and she's in perfect shape. So, yay. As far as other dolls on the horizon, I'm still waiting for Tasha Mermaid. I know some people have received Tasha Mermaid. I have not. I don't really expect to see her for another week, if not longer. I got her from Magma, and they sent her out on the 29th of June. So that's just not even a week ago. And it's Singapore to Florida. So yeah, that's going to be a while. And what else? Oh, I do have some more on my list. As far as stock girls go, I'm think I'm at an okay point with the stock girls that I've wanted. I mean, now that I've recently gotten these 2 SBLs, that's really it. I mean, obviously, you know, I wouldn't mind having a crack at Vinter Arden, but I'm not going to pay $800 for her. I have Garden of Joy. That's as close as I'm going to get to my Vinter Arden, and I'm okay with that. I've made peace, but I would like to have another custom doll. I really like these 2 custom dolls that I have back here. So I have been looking for the perfect custom doll at the right price, quality, and all that good stuff. And, you know, so I have actually 3 that I'm looking at right now. But it's kind of difficult because I don't know these customizers. All 3 of them have sales more than a, you know, they're probably, I think one has a couple of dozen, one has something like 16, one has something like 12, something like that. So they've sold dolls, but not tons of them. I think all 3 of the customizers for the dolls that I'm looking at are all in Russia. So, you know, the language, there's a bit of a language barrier there as far as the item description. But they all have red mohair. That's my thing now. I love the mohair. I love, you know, this is what Sari has over here is the mohair. I know that I probably won't be able to get a rooted mohair, but I'm okay with that. If I got another weft wig like she's got, I would be happy with that. But yeah, it's because because my experience with Sari and her head not closing up, I, you know, gun shy about plopping down big bucks for a custom doll when I can't see her in person. So we'll see what happens with that. Like I said, I have 3 of them, and unfortunately, I wish I could take like the mouth of one, the hair of another, the eyes of another and kind of put them all together. But and a few people have said, well, you could just you know, commission somebody, but I'm concerned that if I were to do that, they may not, especially like I said, some of these people are, you know, English is not their first language, and I cannot speak Russian, so there's a communication barrier there, and for understandable reasons. Okay, and I'm not sure if I would be able to explain well enough what I'm looking for. So I don't want to put somebody in that situation, and I don't want to be put into that situation where maybe I say, okay, I want XYZ, and then they try to do XYZ on the doll, and then I see the doll and I'm like, oh, that's not what I want. Then I would feel like I have to buy the doll, you know. So yeah, I'm not interested in commissioning somebody to do that. I don't feel like I would benefit from that, and it could be even worse than just trying to find somebody that has the doll that I want. So but I don't know, if you have any thoughts on that, I'd be interested. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful customized dolls out there, but I have a limited budget, and I'm just not willing to spend thousands of dollars on a customized doll. I would rather have not necessarily quantity over quality. I'm not saying that, but I do want some quantity. So I'm willing to sacrifice a little quality to have a little quantity. I think that's the best way I can put it. So, but anyway, I guess I will go. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And if you have any comments or questions, you can either post them in the comments below. You can also message me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. Or you can message me through, of course, YouTube as well, and or my blog. You know, lots of ways to get a hold of me. And I guess that's it. Have a wonderful crafting and dolly day. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye-bye.